Hi, I'm Sean and I head up our work with young people for SGSG Ashtead. This is Mini Motivations, a series for teenagers and young adults and everyone else. Let's get into this week's video. Our news and feeds have been full of reaction to the death of George Floyd. Protests both in the US and across the world, and Blackout Tuesday too. I'm recording this from a large village in Surrey, mainly upper white middle class, probably in the top 1% of wealthiest people in the world. A very privileged position in terms of our background and circumstances. And recently, racial equality has raised itself to the top of the agenda again. And there are two things I want to start by highlighting. Firstly, racism has absolutely no place in our society. And second, it should not take a death like this to highlight the issue. It's so important in this situation to use our power to do good. That means writing a letter to our local MP, posting support on our social media feeds. But these things are meaningless if we don't go out of our way to listen to others who are different to us, to start to speak their language, to argue, to wrestle with ideas, to try and understand. In the Bible, there's an event known as Pentecost, when the first Christians were filled with the Holy Spirit. When this happened, they began to speak in other languages that they didn't know before. To the locals, it would have sounded like gobbledygook. Some even accused them of being drunk. But to all the visitors in the area, the outsiders, the immigrants, the religious minorities, they heard their own languages. They heard the key points of Jesus' message for the first time. A message of outrageous love, acceptance, forgiveness, and a saving relationship with God. And part of that message shared said that this is for all people. In the 2,000 years since then, though, it's obvious that in many areas of society, even in churches, that parts of this message from a brown-skinned Middle Eastern Jew have been forgotten. People in all situations are being judged and treated badly as a result of their inheritance, their heritage, their look, their actions. This is not love. From the horrific actions of a bunch of police officers in the US, to Muslims in Myanmar, Christians in China, gay men in Chechnya. And no matter how much we post and share about an issue, send emails, donate money, we are all still guilty of not loving others as we should. The real change always starts with us. Treating the people in our schools, friendship groups, streets and workplaces with love and respect, regardless of who they are. And going above and beyond that for people who are suffering or at a disadvantage for any reason. It means shopping as responsibly as we can afford to. Thinking about where and when we fly off on our holidays. Being aware of exploitation and persecution in other countries, even the ones that we visit. Bringing down our carbon footprint because climate change drives third world countries further into poverty. It means remembering that just because something has a lot of likes on social media doesn't mean it's accurate or fair. It means being careful of what we share, ignoring the hype and helping the hidden. Now, I don't care if you're part of the Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter crowd. Join this campaign now, support it. But in a few weeks' time, when it all dies down, don't stop. Open your eyes to the world around you. Search for the oppressed. Know that the 99 are safe, but the one lost sheep needs your help. Speak the language of those that don't have a voice. Loving your neighbour as yourself is described by Jesus as the most important commandment after loving God. What's interesting is that this is the Bible's equivalent of a flashback or throwback to one of the long lists of rules in the Old Testament book of Leviticus. Chapter 19, verse 18 says, "Do not take revenge on others or continue to hate them, but love your neighbours as you love yourself. I am the Lord." This ups the challenge to us even more, because it applies to people we disagree with, people who we think are wrong, whether that's someone who supports a different political party or a controversial politician, someone who does or doesn't support the same causes as us. We're called to not take revenge, to not turn our hate against them. Yes, that includes nasty comments online. We have to remember that Jesus is Lord. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like and comment to help this video reach more people, or hit that like button if you're on Instagram, and don't forget to share this with your friends and to challenge them as well. Check out the other episodes from this series and remember to keep yourselves fully charged. See you again soon.